Hi everybody, nice to see you all again to chat about Gurdjieff, as always, my favourite subject. So I wanted to talk about him today because I had a few people getting in touch about how can we know what Gurdjieff is saying is true? And he says himself, verify everything for yourself. Don't just believe people. And I wonder if this is one of the main problems of people in our day-to-day society. They're just too willing to believe anything that's told to them rather than go and find out for themselves. Too ready for facts to be thrown at them and just to believe that, have statistics thrown at them and think that's the truth. You know, I think it's something like 72% of statistics are made up on the spot. You know, statistics are just people trying to control people with their own ideas. So with belief is, I think, a personal thing, subjective. It's what you believe in, what you want to feel is right, what you feel is right for you. And I found that many people, as I was saying, want to be told what to believe. Now, it's okay to pass on information or pass on one's own experiences or discuss one's own beliefs, but really one should look for oneself, what one believes in. It's nice to be part of a gang that everyone believes the same thing. But I've never joined anything where I've believed everything that they've said. There's normally something in whatever society, group, gang, whatever I've hung out with, there's something that maybe I don't agree with. Or, for example, I read a lot of Steiner. I don't agree with everything he says. There's probably things in Gurdjieff I don't agree with as well. Can't think of them off the top of my head, but I know there have been a few things I've questioned. So belief is really about what you want to believe in, what rings right for you, what seems to vibrate right when you're listening, reading, you know, looking with your own eyes at what's going on. But Gurdjieff has a few quotes on belief, and these are from views from the real world. And he says, I ask you to believe nothing you cannot verify for yourself. And I really think that myself. You need to always check things for yourself. It's very difficult to. You know, all these people that say the Earth's flat, well, it's difficult to go and actually find out if it's flat or not unless we build a little rocket and go up into space and look down upon the planet. Could be a circle, could be an egg shape, could be any shape. I can't really verify it for myself, except for, you know, there's the way through science, the old experiment of checking shadows and things like that, of how the shadows go when the sun's going around. And you know, that's one way of telling that the Earth's round. You know, those kind of things we can't verify unless we build a spaceship. So some things we can't verify for ourselves. So that is when you have to do your own investigation and feel what's right for you. But Gurdjieff goes on to say, believe nothing, not even yourself. I believe only if I have statistical proof. That is, only if I've obtained the same result over and over again. Well, that's the scientific method, isn't it? That's why parapsychology can't really be studied properly, because they never get the same result in parapsychology. Whereas in scientists want the same result over and over again, then have the fact for saying, right, this is how this happens. But I think things in this universe aren't the same result over and over again. Things happen, things change. Everything was the same continuously, which is what I feel a lot of people want. They want the same thing over and over again. They're not ready for change. People aren't prepared for change. Always expect the unexpected is one of the sayings I go by, you know, but people want the same. They like their mechanical lives. And then that way they can have a fixed belief in everything, because everything's how they want it to be. Not says, CS not, never believe anything you hear me say. Learn to discriminate between what must be taken literally and what metaphorically. And I thought that was quite important as well, because in a lot of these beliefs and writings that we read, or for example, the parables of the Christ in the New Testament, some are literal parables for those that have ears, but those that have real ears to hear, you go for a deeper metaphorical understanding of what's going on. So with belief comes in different ways, of the literal way or the metaphorical, looking deeper way. And I suppose I'm asking you to question, what is it that you believe? What is your core belief in anything? This is another thing I have with people that get in touch with me, and then we start chatting, and I know they're quite confused, and bless them, you know, we are all confused on everything, but I think you need to have a basic understanding of what you believe in. What do you believe this world is? How did humanity come to be? You know, whatever creation system you want to follow, whether it's the evolution, or that, you know, God made men from clay, or whether it's an anarchy, they made us for it to be slaves to mine the gold, whatever, you know, there's different belief systems. But I think you need to have a basic belief system. What do you believe in of how everything began? And then you can go forward looking at everything else and how it relates to what your belief system is. Which is why we're all different. Maybe none of us are correct in how the universe began or how humanity began, or maybe it's unique for each person. Whatever that person believes in, maybe that's the way it is. You know, maybe that's how the universe works. There's all this talk, and I quite believe it, that we make the world we want to be in, what we think happens. So if we have a belief system that we believe a certain way, that is unique for you and will work for you. But I want you to ponder on that kind of questions of for yourselves. Everybody wants to be told what to think. And I wonder, why do people want to be told what to think? Is it because we're too lazy to do that critical thinking, to put forward our own ideas and beliefs and our own analysis of things? You know, for example, I often get asked, explain Gurdjieff in 2 sentences. Well, that's impossible. And you could say that about most philosophical, theological systems. They can't be explained in a few sentences. They take pondering. It takes, you know, whatever your timeline is, years, weeks, months, deep thought of what it is you're studying, what you believe in. We easily get distracted from thinking about these kind of things. It's like our minds find it too much to have to consider and contemplate. They don't want to, they want everything to be easy. Well, we all want things to be easy, but life's not like that. But we can make it easy if we can figure out what our own belief structure is. And I suppose when people ask me, you know, explain something in 2 sentences, for example, Gurdjieff, I always want to throw back at them, well, why don't you find your own explanation? Why do you need to hear my version? It's nice to hear my version if you're going to go and contemplate it and add it to your own ideas and thought structures, but don't just believe everything I say. Go and find it out for yourself. You know, what was I going to say? Why do people need to be told what to think? I find it interesting when people say, for example, I've read so-and-so said this about Gurdjieff. So they've gone and read a review rather than read the actual core teaching. I used to have this a lot with people about H.P. Blavatsky when I was studying philosophy, and I would talk about it with some people and they'd be like, oh, well, I heard this about her. Well, that's nice that you've heard about her, but what do you think about what she actually says? I've met many people that have really put Gurdjieff down because obviously they're looking for a perfect guru. Well, no one's perfect. And if you're going to decide whether or not you're going to follow someone because of gossip that you've heard, well, I poo-poo it. You know, go and read the core system, go and read the core writings, or read books about people that are diving deeper into these kind of theories and theologies and philosophies and such like. I suppose what it all comes down to is experience, isn't it? How do you experience everything? That should help towards what your belief system is. Are you experiencing things, or are you waiting to be told what to think? And experiencing things is more like living. We really want to live. And Gurdjieff's trying to strive and teach us this. Go and live your life. Live it. Don't be told what to do. Don't be told what to think. Don't sit, you know, down waiting for it all to come to you. Go and experience it and be part of it. You know, I did a show live, laugh and love. I know many people use that wording as well. You know, go and live your life, go and laugh, and go and learn to love and be loving and feel the love back. You know, that's experiencing life rather than sitting there thinking, nothing's happening in my life. But why is nothing happening in your life? Is it because you're not actually doing anything? That's what I'm saying, really. Just don't be told what to believe. Can't stress that enough. Verify for yourself what you want to believe in, but have a belief system of some kind. You know, even if you're an atheist, that's still a system to follow that you want to try and create your whole philosophy around of what you believe life's all about. You know, watch, experience, learn from others and from yourself. But don't copy. Well, I suppose we can copy doing right actions and right words. It's nice to try and be, you know, them kind of good people. You know, don't fall into the trap of being negative emotions because you've seen someone else shout at someone. You feel you can shout at someone for silly things. You know, there are times when we need to shout at someone, when we have to defend ourselves or whatever. I feel like I'm rambling a bit. So yes, go and follow your belief system, find your belief system, work it out and find something to believe in. Don't just sit and listen to me. Go and do it yourselves. But do, you know, find books to read that will help you in this. Find out other people that also talk about this kind of thing. I just want to encourage you to go and live your life. Live your life.